Hello to my one viewer on YouTube and my 3 viewers so far on TikTok. Good night. You know the drill. As soon as you get here, start tapping the screen, send the likes up so the live can reach on other people's For You pages. Also, remember to share the live with a friend or 10. Let them know that it is news time. So while we wait for more people to get here, how are you guys doing? I am good. How are you guys? Good night, Jerry. Hello, Jason Wallace. Hello. For those slowly coming in on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the Nightly News. I'm also live on another app, so I'll look from screen to screen. The topic, there's no specific topic. I'm just here to read the news. Let you all know what's going on in Jamrock. Nubian, thank you so much. Thank you. So, Tommy O, live from where? I am live from my home in Jamaica. Where are you watching from? So I'm just waiting for a few more people to get here. You're happy to see me. Thank you. Elizabeth, you're live from Florida. Thank you for tuning in. And you're from the UK. Thank you for tuning in to the Nightly News on what's happening in Jamaica and also on the international scene. Damian Latti, good night. Mr. Coley, good night. So I will start the news in a minute. Arizona. Nice. Thank you for tuning in. Kevin Galvan, hello. All right. I think I'm going to start the news. Thank you for the rose, Mr. Coley. Now let's get into it. I'm going to start with 2 or 3 stories that I already read last night, but I am going to bring them again for those who might have missed it. Rosemary from BVI, thank you for tuning in. Calvin, thank you. Raymond Martinez, you love my accent. Thank you. I'm from Jamaica. Demore? Oh no, nah. Okay, so here we go. State-owned oil refinery PetroJam expects to earn over $14 billion from a year-long deal to export oil to Trinidad and Tobago. General Manager Telroy Morgan says the deal is part of a thrust to increase the refinery's export sales volume to about 6 million barrels per year. The resumption of fuel exports to Trinidad and Tobago will see PetroJam exporting between 60,000 and 90,000 barrels of very low sulfur fuel oil per month to the Caribbean nation. This is for a total of 1 million barrels for the life of the contract. The commodity will be used for refueling ships in Trinidad and Tobago's waters. The first shipment left PetroJam's facility on Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston on Sunday, January 26, and is due to arrive in Trinidad and Tobago on Wednesday, that is tomorrow, February 5. In the meantime, Telroy Morgan says it is PetroJam's intention to also resume selling oil to Guyana and Antigua and Barbuda. So that's some good news for Jamaica, right? Joel Roberts, hi from Tobago. Hello. Do I believe in Jah? I believe in God. I believe in God. The decomposing body of a woman was found in a barrel in a gully along Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston on Monday. It was found in the vicinity of Industrial Terrace. It is reported that before midday, someone stumbled upon the barrel and raised an alarm. The body was inside a large garbage bag. The police were called and a team responded. The body was later removed and the Kingston West Police are investigating. And we are moving down the line. Brandy James, the British woman who was charged after a substance believed to be cocaine was found in her luggage at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James, will go on trial in the St. James Parish Court on March 20. James is a 28-year-old data analyst and she was slated to stand trial on Monday, but the proceeding was delayed. The delay was attributed to the recent delivery of the forensic certificate, chain of custody statement, and notice of intent to James's legal counsel, Henry McCurdy, which were presented in court on Monday. James was charged with breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act after detectives from the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division took her into custody during an anti-narcotics operation at the check-in area of the airport. It was reported that James was preparing to board a flight destined for London when she was interviewed and her luggage searched. Detectives reportedly discovered 2 false compartments in her suitcases. Upon further investigation, investigators found 4 packages containing a white powdery substance suspected to be cocaine. The drugs reportedly weighed approximately 16 pounds. James was taken into custody and charged after being questioned in the presence of her attorney. Matt Dell, thank you. All right, so my keyboard is kind of in my way since I don't need it right now, and I just need the mouse. Let me just move that real quick. And for those who might have missed this story last night, lung cancer is on the rise in Jamaica, and it is outside the top 3 cancers in Jamaica, which are prostate cancer, breast cancer, and colon cancer. Yeah? The doctor says that lung cancer is caused by cigarette smoking and air pollution, and secondhand smoke is possibly even more dangerous than smoking. So don't be around people who are smoking, having them blow the smoke in your face. It is possibly more dangerous than smoking itself, and it puts you at risk of lung cancer. Okay? Good cushion. Hello. Okay, and we are moving down the line in the news. A 3-year-old Canadian girl is suspected to have drowned while swimming at a hotel in Trelawney on Monday. The infant is Shea Anderson of Oshawa, Toronto in Canada. Police reports indicate that Shea and her mother were guests at the Rio Aquarel Hotel in Falmouth, Cooper's Pen in the parish. Shea and her mother reportedly went swimming about 1:45 p.m. when she got into difficulties. Commanding officer for the Trelawney Police Division say the police are investigating. They believe it may have been accidental drowning, but they're still investigating. But that's sad. A 3-year-old, that's really sad. That is really sad. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, issued an epidemiological alert regarding yellow fever in the Americas following the recent increase in confirmed human cases in several countries in the region and a change in the geographic distribution of the disease. Yellow fever is caused by a virus that is transmitted to humans through the bite of an infected mosquito. The virus is a flavivirus, which is the same group of viruses that cause dengue, West Nile, and other diseases. PAHO says that this increase has been observed over the last months of 2024 and the first weeks of 2025. It says in total, 61 cases of yellow fever were confirmed in 2024, with 30 resulting in death. So guys, please be careful. Please be careful. Okay, thank you. And we are going down the line in the news. Bail was denied today and a psychiatric evaluation ordered in the St. Catherine Parish Court for the woman charged for allegedly making threats in a video posted to social media following the shooting death of reputed Don Othniel Tickman Laban by the police. Dana Keisha Warren, a 22-year-old of Mapen Clarendon, is charged with malicious communication. Her attorney, Radane Richardson, made a lengthy bail application telling the court that she is a fit candidate to be released He says he's instructed that his client does not know or is affiliated to anyone in the gang of which Tickman was a part. He says his client was out partying heavily when the video was made and has no knowledge of it going viral. In fact, she only knew after a family member told her that she was on TikTok on her phone. He told the court that Warren was a mental illness outpatient, which may cause her to be exploited by others who had access to the phone. The attorney also told the court that she is a mother of a young child and is likely to be pregnant at this point and is desirous of bail. So I'm not sure how many of you saw that video. After the alleged gang leader of a gang, after his death, Spanish Town became chaotic, shootout with police and gunmen and all that jazz. Protests blocked roads and all that, and this young lady made a video. She puts it out on TikTok, issuing threats to security forces, saying that whatever they issued, whatever it is that they dished to the Don, whatever they did to the Don, which was, the security forces, the police, should expect the same thing, and that Spanish Town is going to be chaos and all that jazz. So she basically issued threats, and so she has been charged with malicious communication. Again, please be careful of the things you say on the internet. You cannot, yes, we live in a country where there's freedom of speech, but there's also freedom of sense. Have sense. You know right from wrong. There are certain things you just cannot do and certain things that you should not do. Okay, and we're moving on. Thank you for the gift, Suji. And we are going down the line. A search has been launched for a male suspect who allegedly fatally stabbed a teenager in Nagahead, Portmore, St. Catherine on Monday. The deceased has been identified as 18-year-old Aidan Williams, otherwise called Der, of Greater Portmore, St. Catherine. It is reported that about 12:50 p.m., Williams was at Manley Lane in Nagahead when he was allegedly stabbed by a man the police have identified only as Antoine. Williams was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Portmore Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating. That's very sad. Hello, Tina. Good night. Have you met me on a different live? I don't know. I don't think so. No, you have not. Hi, Richman. I'm just moisturizing my lips before I continue. Isabella, thank you. I hate when my lips are dry, so I'm just adding a little moisture. Hello, Sharelle. Okay, and we are going down the line in the news. Okay. Consumers are paying significantly less for some fruits and vegetables compared to the high prices that followed Hurricane Beryl last July, when the local agriculture sector was devastated by the Category 4 hurricane. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green provided an update in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, that's today, and he noted that 70% of vegetables saw price reductions, some by as much as 66%. Among the most notable, he said, are sweet peppers, lettuce, tomato, salad tomato, and pak choy, carrots. Minister Green said other essential vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, romaine lettuce, string beans, and cabbage also recorded price reductions ranging from 9% to 23%. So guys, the prices of fruits and vegetables are down. So, make use of this. Run to your market, Coronation Market, if you're in Kingston and close to that area. Go down and get your fruits and vegetables, yeah? And we are going down the line. A man was fatally shot by police and an illegal firearm was seized during an incident on Crescent Road in Kingston 13 this morning. The man has not yet been identified. The firearm is said to be a Glock 19 with a magazine containing 8 9mm rounds. Reports are that around 2:50 a.m., a police team was on patrol along the roadway in a marked service vehicle. On reaching a section of the roadway, they heard explosions. The driver stopped the vehicle and the team exited the unit. It is reported that they saw a man dressed in a blue shirt exiting Bowens Road and entering Crescent Road with a firearm in hand. The police called out and the man pointed the gun in their direction and opened fire. According to reports, the lawmen, in fear for their lives and those of their colleagues, returned the fire. The man continued running in the direction of a football field and fell. Police emergency was called for assistance and the injured man was transported to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Lawmen found the firearm during a search of the area. A former driver and a junior Treasury officer for Guardsman Security and his mother, who were charged in connection with the theft of $13.7 million from two National Commercial Bank ATMs on January 5, 2020, have been freed. 24-year-old Amir Beckles and his mother, 43-year-old Anadine Silvera, were freed when they appeared before the St. Anne Parish Court on Tuesday, and their attorneys Peter Champagny and Samoy Campbell. Beckles was arrested after allegedly confessing to his involvement in the robbery. However, Beckles' attorneys Peter Champagny, KC, and Samoy Campbell highlighted that the confession came after an extensive interview lasting over 3 hours, during which Beckles was without an attorney and was never advised of his rights. Shan Planner, hello. Okay, and we're going down the line. Members of the public are being alerted of an ongoing online scam whereby individuals are impersonating the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake, on WhatsApp. According to the JCF in a release this afternoon, The fraudsters attempt to engage unsuspecting individuals in conversation on the messaging app and then request urgent assistance in purchasing items for an important cause while insisting on confidentiality. If attempts are made to call the number, the scammer claims that the commissioner is in a meeting and unable to take the call. The JCF says neither the Commissioner of Police nor any other member of the constabulary would solicit financial or other assistance in this manner. The JCF says it is urging the public to exercise vigilance and be wary of online scams. They say if you receive such a message or any other suspicious request, do not engage. Instead, report the incident to the police immediately. Individuals are encouraged to follow JCF's verified communication channels for official updates and information. Hello. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Peter Wholeness Brave Mind, thank you. Alex Honeygan, hello. Paul Day, thank you. You're from India and you love my curly hair. Thank you, Will. I'm from Jamaica and I also love my curly hair. Thank you. Balfour Morgan. Lorna, good night. Eileen, good night. Sharelle, is that your real hair? Yes, it's my real hair. I have locks. Yes. Yes, it's all mine. It's all mine. All mine. Shortman, hello. Michelle, good night. Okay, let's continue in the news and we're going down the line. We are going down the line. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says the decision to service a route in St. Mary was due to the severe delays being experienced by commuters traveling from parts of the parish into the corporate area to attend work, school, and to transact business. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, began serving the new route on Monday, February 3. The JUTC is now serving a new route from St. Mary to Halfway Tree in St. Andrew. The route number is 52B and departs from Castleton Gardens in St. Mary. The buses traveling the route will make stops in Toms River, Temple Hall, and Golden Spring. The departure times listed are 5 a.m., 7:15 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4:10 p.m. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says the JUTC is taking baby steps in implementing new routes as it awaits new buses to add to the fleet. The minister says the launch of the route will see at least 2 buses in its early stages. He adds that the ministry has ensured that the new buses are modified to handle the challenging terrain on these rural routes. Not bad, not bad. Eileen, I'm feeling okay. Thanks for asking. Mark, hello. Marie Hines, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Crime Stop, no news tonight. I'm actually reading the news. What else are you hearing? Alex, thank you. Jella, hello. Okay, and we are going down the line. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says he is willing to work with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, to champion road safety awareness. He was reacting to Sunday's traffic crash in St. Anne involving Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake. It is understood that the driver of a Toyota Fielder motor car reportedly overtook a line of traffic and collided with the vehicle carrying Commissioner Blake. Minister Vaz says Sunday's crash is a stark reminder that when people drive recklessly, no motorist is safe. Minister Vaz announced last month that the Transport Ministry is to receive a portion of fines collected from traffic tickets to fund a public education campaign dedicated to road safety. He says he is looking forward to launching such a campaign. Listen, the roads are a mess. Driving on the roads, especially in Kingston, is an extreme sport. Trust me. Hello, Grinch. Andy Brown, good night. Alex, I will, thank you. Wayne, good night. Maud Brown, thank you. Thank you for the rose, Mr. Coley. Thank you for the gifts. Hello, Jennifer. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, says the country continues to record a decline in murders. According to the latest statistics, there was a 13% reduction in murders for January this year when compared to January 2024. Between January 1 and February 1, 73 murders were recorded. That's 11 fewer than the corresponding period in 2024. The St. Andrews South again recorded the most murders of any police division across the island. 13 St. Catherine South. Hold on. Okay, so St. Andrews South again recorded the most murders of any police division across the island with 13, and St. Catherine South is next with 11. 7 divisions recorded an increase in murders since the start of the year. Meanwhile, the shootings have declined by 10%, while rape is down by 81%. The JCF says other major crimes, such as robberies and break-ins, also continue to decline. And that is a good thing. We wish there was none at all, but, we take whatever progress we can get. The police say the man who was shot and killed during a confrontation in Eltham Meadows in Spanish Town, St. Catherine yesterday is believed to be a gangster aligned with the One Order gang. The dead man has been identified as 25-year-old laborer Aidan Carl McIntosh, otherwise called Addy or Oda, of Eltham Park. The incident occurred in the vicinity of Riverbanks shortly after 3 p.m. Following the incident, police say residents attempted to block a roadway in protest, but lawmen quickly responded. It is alleged that McIntosh was the right-hand man of reputed leader of the One Order gang, Othniel Thickman Laban. Laban was killed during an alleged altercation with the police on Wednesday, January 22, in the vicinity of 6 Miles in St. Andrew. In the meantime, a 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of Ellerslie Pen and Taws Meadows in Spanish Town. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Monday and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Wednesday, February 5. And remember, I had done the news story on the 28-year-old woman that was found dead in St. Thomas. There's an update on that story. So a 49-year-old farmer from Golden Valley in St. Thomas, Cecil Stewart, has been charged with the murder of a 28-year-old woman, Roshni Bonfield. Ms. Bonfield, otherwise called Danisha, a customer service representative of the same community, was last seen alive on Sunday, January 26 at about 3:30 p.m. when she left her home to visit a neighboring community. Later on that day, a resident saw her bag and mobile phone along a roadway near her home. On Monday, January 27, her body was found in a gully by residents who conducted a search in the area. On Tuesday, January 28, Stewart, also known as Grabber, turned himself in to the police accompanied by his attorney. He reportedly confessed to the crime. He was formally charged with murder on Thursday, January 30. Crime Officer for St. Thomas, a Deputy Superintendent of Police, Maxine Bernard, says the swift breakthrough was made possible through the hard work and diligence of investigating officers who were assisted by concerned residents of Golden Valley. Hello, man. I have no idea what's wrong with people, man, but I'm glad they made some progress in this case. So justice will be served. Thank you for the rose, Mr. Coley. And we are going down the line. All right. So, remember, people are deported routinely from the United States. They're deported, yeah? But a flight that came in last week had some persons of interest. So, one of the men that was deported after 33 years in the US, the Gleaner had put him on the front page to say deported after 33 years. Further investigations by citizens when they heard his name revealed that this man that was deported after 33 years is alleged to be a pastor who raped 3 children, and he also gave one of them chlamydia. I think one of those kids was under 10 years old, and he spent the last couple years in prison. And now he's out here in Jamaica walking as free as a bird as a sex offender that raped 3 children, three children as a pastor. And now he's here back in Jamaica roaming free as a bird. 9 days talk, hello. It's crazy. Now another one that was deported. A man who was among more than 50 Jamaicans sent home from the US on a routine deportation flight last Thursday has been charged with murder. He is a 33-year-old Rasheem Brown, otherwise called Shem, of Regent Street, Kingston 14. He has been charged with the murder of 55-year-old Mark Mackenzie. The accused has also been charged with 2 counts of wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and making use of a firearm to commit a felony. Reports are that on Wednesday, December 6, 2023, about 3 a.m., Brown and other men armed with firearms entered Mackenzie's home where he was asleep with 2 children. The accused and his accomplices reportedly shot all 3 victims as they slept. So you broke into the man's home. He was asleep with 2 children. And you and your accomplices shot the man along with the 2 innocent children as they slept. Mackenzie was pronounced dead on arrival at hospital, while the 2 children aged 4 and 8 years old were admitted at the Bustamante Hospital for Children. The police say Rasheem Brown fled the island as the police closed in. He was arrested in the USA for illegal entry. On Thursday, January 30, the accused was deported from the USA and arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport, where he was taken into custody. He was charged after a question and answer interview session in the presence of his attorney. Brown is believed to be the leader of a Denhamtown-based Golden Heights gang. It is understood that the gang is associated with the Scream Corner Gang, another criminal network in the area. It is also understood that Brown is now being investigated for other serious crimes to include breaches of the anti-gang legislation. In the meantime, head of the Area 4 Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Michael Phipps, says the arrest of Rasheem Brown is another demonstration of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's push to capture those suspected of committing serious crimes. They're no family of mine. No family of mine either. Oh, thank you for the roses, Mr. Coley. You are showering me with gifts. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, and so we are going down the line. So, you need your own network. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Kenny Red, thank you. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation has raised concerns over what it says is an inaccuracy in a recent Gleaner article titled New Homes, Same Struggles. The article was published on Sunday, February 2, 2025. It features a woman, Eleanor White, who claims she's a recipient of a house under the government's new social housing program. In the article, Ms. White says just a month after moving in, she's facing challenges including blocked sewage drains and manholes that sometimes overflow in her yard in Jonestown, St. Andrew. In a statement on Monday, the ministry sought to clarify that the article incorrectly attributed the house to the new social housing program. The ministry stressed that the house was not provided to Ms. White through this program and refuted claims of sewage issues in the new social housing program's constructed homes. So they're saying that the homes constructed under the new social housing program don't have no sewage issues, and that the house that this lady has was not issued under this program. So they're asking the Gleaner to retract the false information, as in take it back, wheel and come again. This is not true. The ministry is calling on the Gleaner to retract the false attribution and exercise greater diligence in future reporting. The ministry says as of January 31, 2025, the new social housing program has successfully completed approximately 300 housing units, providing 648 rooms and benefiting over 968 people across the island. And that's a good thing. Where's my bird? My birds are in their cage. They're sleeping. Well, they should be. 9. Thank you. You're watching me from New York. Thank you for tuning in, Clive. Hello. All right, and I think that is it for our hello, Miss Maggie. I think that is it for you're watching from the UK, from Britain. Hello, Haley. I'm good. How are you? And all right, so there was an international story, something happening internationally that will affect us here locally. James, thank you. I appreciate it. The looming reconstructing, well, no, let me take that back. The looming restructuring of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, is sending shockwaves through civil society and human rights groups in Jamaica. This comes after US President Donald Trump signed an executive order halting nearly all international spending for 90 days pending a comprehensive review. On Monday, USAID's future was thrown into doubt when Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced plans to fold the agency into the State Department. Nationwide News reached out to several local agencies that receive USAID project funding, but only one agreed to speak on record. The USAID administers humanitarian aid on behalf of the US government worldwide. It operates in more than 60 countries, including Jamaica. It finances initiatives across several sectors, including health, food security, and human rights. So, let me see. All right. So the funding freeze has already forced one Jamaican health development group to slash its workforce by more than 80%. So that's a lot of people without jobs right now, yeah? And there are fears that even this drastic cut may not be enough to sustain its operations. Another civil society organization warned that critical projects are at risk of closure due to funding shortfalls and staff layoffs looming. A food security and poverty relief entity, speaking of record, voiced similar concerns, wary of jeopardizing their relationship with U.S. backers. Only Equality Jamaica, an LGBT advocacy group, spoke openly. Executive Director Glenroy Murray noted that while they haven't received U.S. aid funding recently, the U.S. policy shift will undoubtedly affect developmental organizations. Nevertheless, he vowed their advocacy will continue. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube handle. This is Abs. That's my Instagram handle. Mr. Coley, thank you for the gifts. From Nantucket, Massachusetts. Hello, Fitzregal. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, and let us see. Before I move on, let me refresh to see if there's anything breaking that came in. Not seeing anything from the Observer. Let me see if anything breaking came in from the Gleaner. All right, not seeing anything breaking that came in. All right, and for those who always asked for sports, coach of Jamaica's senior men's football team, Steve McLaren, says he's expecting fierce competition when the Reggae Boys take on Trinidad and Tobago in 2 friendlies. The games are set for Catherine Hall on February 6 and the Anthony Spalding Complex on February 9. McLaren says there's never an easy game when Caribbean teams play Jamaica. All right, so that's a sports story for all the sports fans out there. And the Jamaica Scorpions sit at 3rd with 22.4 points after round 1 of the West Indies 4-day championships. The Scorpions gained their points following their 178-run win over the Windward Islands Volcanoes. So yeah, that's another sports story. Let's see what else is happening in sports. What else is happening in sports? And Chelsea came from behind to beat West Ham 2-1 in a pulsating London derby at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League yesterday. Chelsea's second win in 8 games lifted the home side into 4th place in the table, 2 points above Manchester City and 4 behind 3rd place Nottingham Forest. West Ham remained 15th. So that's an update for the Premier League fans out there. And in our local league, goals from second half substitutes Shackwell Henry and Orlando Russell carried Portmore to a come-from-behind 2-1 win over Humble Lion in the Jamaica Premier League on Sunday. With the win, Portmore jumped 1 place to 4th on 38 points, while Humble Lion are rooted at the foot of the table on 14. So yeah, that's another sports story for the sports folks who always ask for sports stories. See, I'm delivering. I'm giving you sports. Let me see what else is there in sports. And on some lukewarm news. One of our hurdlers, Olympian and Pan American 400 meters hurdles gold medalist Jahil Hyde, announced on his birthday that he is retiring as a professional athlete. Hyde, born February 2, 1997, made the announcement on his Instagram page while reflecting on his journey in sports. Hyde's career in athletics produced many medals from a youth to a professional. So Jahil Hyde has announced his retirement from sports, from track and field, yeah? From track And we wish him all the best in his future endeavors, of course. He has done our country proud. Many of us could not have gone out there and did what he did. So we thank him for his service to our country. Yeah. And let us see if there's anything else. And another sports story. This was carried on January 16, but it is still relevant. President of Netball Jamaica, Tricia Robinson, says the Sunshine Girls have been given a huge boost following a $16 million sponsorship deal with Best Dressed Chicken. Speaking at the contract signing and presentation, Robinson said Netball Jamaica needed the support. Coach of the Sunshine Girls, Sasha Gay Henry Wright, is hoping this partnership will encourage others to come on board. The sponsorship will run until the Netball World Cup in 2027 in Sydney, Australia. And that's some good news. They do need the support. They do well, and they don't get that much support, so we're happy to see an entity stepping up to support our girls. All right. And all right, I think I think that is it for the news. Yeah, that is it for the news. That is it for the news for tonight. You're calling the police. Okay. Gil or Jill Saab, good morning. Thank you. Khalid, hi. All right, so I'm not seeing anything else for the news that's breaking. Let me see if I missed any comments on here. I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did. So that is it for the news, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not staying with you for too long tonight. Khalid, yes, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Abs. I am a trained media practitioner, trained journalist, news reporter, news anchor, host, voiceover talent. I used to work at Jamaica's biggest media house, the RJ Arglina Communications Group, but I resigned from traditional media, and I'm now on social media, where I use my gift to bring you the news. You know, bring the news to people who don't actively watch TV or listen radio, and prefer to get their information on the go and in a smaller compact medium, which is their cell phone. So that is what I use my platforms for mostly, to educate and to inform, also to motivate and to inspire. So I go live every night. Well, I try to go live every night once situations permit. I come live between 7:30 and 8 p.m. and I read the news. Sometimes we have discussions, and sometimes we'll have guests on based on the nature of the discussion. We've had government ministers as guests on here before. We've had an attorney at law, mental health coach, depending on the topic. So I'm working on trying to get our ministers to come back on to give updates on what's happening in their ministries. So that's Labor and Social Security with Minister Pernell Charles Jr., and also Agriculture and Fisheries, that's Minister Floyd Green. So I'm working on trying to get them back to come on. And someone had asked one time if I'm a Laborite because I only bring JLP people on my live. That's not true. I get people to come on my live who are willing. That's one, who are willing. And also I have good relationships with them. I've worked with them and we're friends, we're cool. So once I ask them to come on, they'll come on. Also, they love interacting with people, and they take the opportunity to, to update the citizens on what they're doing through their ministries. So I get people who are accessible. I recently made contact with Damian Crawford. He's also willing to come on to share his thoughts and ideas on education. He's the opposition spokesperson on education. So I invited him on. So it's just for us to confirm a date to see when he can grace us with his presence. Also, when I invite these people on my live, I give you viewers the opportunity to talk to them directly, ask questions, share your thoughts, your concerns. So you get to come in the box and you talk to them directly. Yeah. So that's what I use my platforms for. Yeah. This is not the baga type and mix up cussing cascas type of thing. That's not me. So if that is what you're looking for, this is the wrong place for you. Yeah. Do I speak French? No, I do not. Khalid, I am from Jamaica. Eileen, I will. Thank you. AB, good night. So yeah, I will work on that. I will work on that. Another thing, January was cervical cancer awareness month. I was supposed to have a guest on. She's a survivor of cervical cancer. She was supposed to come on and talk to us about her journey with that. Cervical cancer awareness month passed and gone in January, but the topic is still relevant. It's something that affects a lot of women, even here in Jamaica. So she's willing to come on to share her journey with us. And one of the things that stood out to me when I spoke to her, she said she didn't have any symptoms. So she had cervical cancer and she didn't even know. She wasn't presenting any symptoms, you know. So I'm interested to hear more from her, and it's I think it's good for her to share with you guys as well. We're women. A lot of women are here. Men on here have mothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, aunts, girlfriends, wives. So it's good for you guys to be a part of the discussion as well. Smiley, hello. Pinchers, good night. So yeah, I'm going to bring her on. Also, February, we're in February, and February is Heart Month. And you know, it's all about heart health, heart disease awareness, heart health awareness. And what better person to talk about heart health than yours truly, as somebody living with heart disease, as somebody living with a rare and progressive heart disease. Of course, I'll drop some reminders whenever I come live about, you know, some facts about heart disease here in Jamaica, what it's like living with heart disease. For the newcomers, I will share my story with you. For the oldies, for the regulars who love to hear it, you'll hear it again for the upteenth millionth time. But, you know, it's a good conversation to have. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in Jamaica. A lot of people are dying, dropping like flies from heart disease. I think based on some numbers that I saw the other day, I think every year at least 13,000 people die from heart disease related issues here in Jamaica. That's a lot of people. Heart disease kills more people than crime and violence, more than cancer, more than diabetes. It's the #1 killer here in Jamaica, and it's also a silent killer because a lot of people just die suddenly, and it is not revealed that they have heart issues until an autopsy is done. We can avoid that. Yeah, know your health status, know your numbers, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your cholesterol levels, your body mass index. Know those things. It's also important to know your blood group, your blood type. Every year you go to the doctor and you get your checkup. If you can't afford to, start save $5, $50, $50, $100. Start saving your coins. By next year it will add up. You can go to the doctor and get checked. I saw somebody said, never give up. Hello. I saw somebody said that it's expensive to eat healthy. It's expensive to eat healthy, but a sacrifice has to be made. It's expensive to party. It's expensive to eat fast food. Fast food isn't cheap. It's expensive to party. It's expensive to eat fast food. It's expensive to eat at restaurants. Yeah. It's expensive to buy car parts. Yeah, you know, men who don't even know their body mass index, their blood pressure is sky high, they don't even know their cholesterol is high, they don't even know their health is at risk, they don't drink water, they don't go to the doctor, their kidneys and their livers are crying out for help, but at the same time they're buying car kits to drop their cars low, put on big tires, put on rims, to wrap it in different colors, all while their health is at risk. Investing in something material that you cannot take through the rest of your life with you, something that will not aid to keep you healthy. When you're in a hospital bed sick, your car will be parked somewhere, people will probably steal it, or you'll have to sell it to pay medical bills. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. So again, eating healthy is expensive, as you guys say. Also, the $80,000 wigs that the girlies are killing themselves to buy, that is also expensive. Getting fusion lashes done and having them refilled every 2 weeks for $10,000 is also expensive. Trying to get the Tony Birch and the Birkin bags and the brands, and you know, getting your makeup done professionally for every occasion that you're going on, that is also expensive. Something's got to give. You have to choose where you make the sacrifice. You have to choose where you'll make the sacrifice. Yeah. There are certain things that I want to do in this life, but my health comes first. And because I've been putting my health first, it has been draining my pockets, literally. Because of my rare heart disease, I don't have, because of my rare heart disease, I don't have health insurance because I'm considered high risk. So everything is out of pocket. So every complication that comes up, every doctor's visit, every test, every surgery, everything is out of pocket. And I have to go to the doctor very often. I live on medication for both my heart and my lungs. I'll also have to do physiotherapy for the nerve damage in my neck that affects my back, my arms, my legs. I have to do physiotherapy for that. I also have to do physiotherapy for my lungs that were damaged by blood clots. I have to do regular checks and tests on my heart. I also need $4 million in 2 years. Well, in under 2 years to buy a new battery for my heart, something that I cannot live without. Yeah. So because I'm willing to put my health first and deal with all of that, go to the doctor when I need to, take my medication when I have to, when I should, how I should, all of those things, I have to hold off on, you know, the hot girl lifestyle, something there, and put my health first. Being sick is not cheap. Whoever said your health is your wealth, they did not lie. You see, when you're fit and healthy and you have no health issues that require you to go to the doctor very often, that is the biggest blessing in your life. And you should be grateful for that. You hear me? If you are healthy and you don't get sick often, or you don't have a chronic illness that requires you to go to the doctor often or do surgeries and live on medication, you are blessed. And that is the biggest blessing that you have in your life. So make use of it, appreciate it, and take care of it. You hear me, I tell you? Take care of it. It's not pretty out here. Eating healthy is hard, exercising is hard, but also going to the doctor every minute and being admitted to hospital every minute and doing surgeries every minute and having to buy a piece of metal that you depend on to live for $4 million out of your pocket is also hard. Choose your hard. Choose which hard you want. Choose your hard. Yeah, so support our local farmers especially. Support our local farmers. Yeah, the farmers in your community, your grandfather, your uncle who has a farm. Support your local farmers. Go to Coronation Market. I can tell you experiences I've had with some imported foods. I say especially the imported fruits, like the imported apples. I can tell you those are not good for you. I've bought imported apples before that they taste weird. They looked weird. I bought those apples on a Monday. They were red and shiny. And by the Wednesday, the apples are brown and they taste weird. The Grand Slot Show. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Brian Prado, hello. Joshua Brown, yeah. Listen, how old are you now? How old do I look? How old do I look? I like when people guess my age. But as I'm saying, guys, something's got to give. Nothing in this life is easy. So you have to choose your hard. You have to make the sacrifice. Everything in life, most things in life, you have to make a sacrifice. So you have to choose where the sacrifice will be made. Are you going to make the sacrifice to ensure that your body, your temple will carry you for a long time? Or you're going to make the sacrifice to live a life, to impress strangers on the internet, for validation from strangers, for likes and shares and views on the internet, or to try to fit in with people who don't even give a crap about you? No, I'm not 30. No, I'm not 34. No, I'm not single. So yeah, throughout February, Heart Month, I should invite one of my doctors on here for us to have a conversation, to for you to understand what's really going on with heart disease here in Jamaica. Joshua Brown, you gotta cut that out. You have to cut that out. Listen, let me tell you this. One of the misconceptions about heart disease as well, or fat in general, is that a lot of people think, oh, I'm slim, I don't have any fat, I don't have any body fat, so I'm good. Through my foundation, we partner with an overseas organization and the UE Cardiac Unit, and we sponsor indigent patients who cannot afford it, with free heart surgeries that they desperately need. And because of that, because of my role in all of that, I'm afforded the opportunity to be in the operating theater to watch those heart surgeries. One day they were operating on this woman. She's not fat. She just have a baby belly. You know when big woman, obviously big woman have pitney, so them just have one little bit of belly. They were operating on her, and when they cut her chest open, and they spread it open, and I saw her heart exposed, beating. I saw this thing, and I'm like, Doc, what's that? And they say, oh, that's fat. I'm like, that is fat? The amount of fat, this thick yellow mass, the amount of fat that was around that woman's heart. And if you look at her body, she's not a fat person. She's not overweight. She's not obese. And the amount of fat that was around her heart. People, be careful. Ease off of the sugar, the excess sugar, the excess starch. So the fatty food, the starchy food, the oily foods, the drinking, the smoking, ease off of it. I'm not telling you to just get up and cut out everything tomorrow, but if you used to drink 2 sodas a day, cut down to 1 until you cut down to half, until you cut down to probably drinking it once a week, or drink it none at all. Also, exercise. You have no excuse. If I can exercise, and exercise can potentially send me to cardiac arrest and kill me. If I can exercise, though I have to be strictly monitored, you have no excuse. If you cannot afford to go to the gym, use your body weight, do some push-ups, do some squats, you know. Walking helps a lot. Before work or after work, walk around your house, walk up and down your lane, walk in your community, go for a run if you can run, jog if you can jog. Listen, your health is your wealth. Heart disease is dropping people like flies. 100 of you are on TikTok right now, 32 of you on YouTube right now. And I can tell you, a lot of you right now have heart disease and you're at risk of a stroke. You're at risk of sudden cardiac arrest or sudden cardiac death and you don't even know. I'm sure if I ask you right now, a lot of you, more than 50% of you will say at some point you have felt chest pains and you pass it off as gas. Oh, let me drink some tea, it's just gas. Oh, I didn't eat breakfast, it's just gas. Or you've seen swelling in your feet or in your hands. And you say, oh, it's because I was sitting or standing all day. It could be your heart telling you something. It could be your heart telling you something. Really, curry goat, really? I would like to see that. Black God, you'd like to see what? What would you like to see, Black God? It's really, yes, Derek Jones, hello. Your dog gives you exercise. You're terrified now? Oh, listen. Listen. You like my hair? Thank you. Yeah, it is scary, but it's the truth. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. I'm telling you, a lot of you right now are at risk and you don't even know it. You'd like to see the inside of the person. I have that photo somewhere, but I think it's on this phone that I'm live on YouTube with. So I don't know how I'd show you. I don't know how I'd show you. But I have it somewhere because I took a photo of it. You see the excess belly fat, the bare belly that men have, that's not healthy. Do you know how much fat that is? Do you know how dangerous that is to your health? Listen, and almost everything we eat slowly unaliving us, sadly. That is so true. The foods that we eat, like, it's crazy. A lot of foods that they market as healthy, like certain flavored waters that they advertise or as healthy, or some juices that they say, oh, packed with antioxidants and packed with vitamins and minerals. When you look at the sugar content of those things, it's crazy. A lot of us don't know how to read labels. Yeah? And that is an issue. Some of the contributing factors to the illnesses that we have, it's dieting and exercise. For the dieting part, a lot of us don't know how to eat properly, and it's not our fault. My suggestion, well, one of my suggestions is that the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education need to come together, create a curriculum or something, and they need to teach in-depth health and nutrition in our schools. Our parents, the horse gone through the gate already. They don't know how to eat properly. They weren't taught how to eat properly. A doctor can tell us so much and no more. Not everybody can afford a dietitian or a nutritionist. Teach health and nutrition in our schools. Some of the things that we're teaching kids in school aren't even relevant to today's society. Knowing who Christopher Columbus is helping nobody at all in this day and age. Pythagoras' theorem is helping nobody in this day and age. From I did those things in fourth form, I haven't used them since. Yeah? Teach us health and nutrition in our schools. Teach us how to eat properly. A lot of people say, oh, I cut out rice because it's unhealthy. But when they're eating 3 pieces of yam, 3 fingers of bananas, 2 pieces of Irish potato, 1 piece of sweet potato. You know, that's way too much starch. That is way too much starch. That is not it. Big dog. I have belly fat from drinking beer. Grand Slot Show, you need to start working out. Not of that person, but I would like to watch as a doctor open someone. Okay. Yeah, I understand junk foods are available and they're addictive. I Yeah, I understand. I totally understand because I have a sweet tooth, you know, but I've been trying. Hello, Jimmy. Yeah, so as I was saying, with reading labels, right? When you look at the serving, if it's, for example, a soda bottle, yeah, some of them have 2 servings in it, meaning there are 2 times you can drink from it. 2 times, yeah, 2 servings, 2 shares. And when you see the sugar content of it, that's the amount of sugar in 1 serving. So the next time you buy a bottle of soda, like a bottle of Ting, a bottle of Pepsi, a bottle of cran water, look at the sugar content and look at the serving. Billionaire, yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do about the food prices, so we have to make a sacrifice somewhere. We have to make a sacrifice somewhere. Yeah, Joshua, balance is key. You eat what you want, make the people eat what they want. Vegetables are so expensive, somehow we can't afford it. Oftentimes, a lot of the people who say they can't afford fruits and vegetables, they afford fast food every week. And they afford other things that are necessary. I'm not holding a gun to anybody's head and telling them how or what to eat, but I am encouraging them to try to eat healthy. In case you don't know, Ruth, our hospitals here in Jamaica are filled with people with non-communicable diseases, yeah? Diseases that are preventable, diseases that are manageable, yeah? Lifestyle diseases from poor dieting, lack of exercise, that type of thing. In case you didn't know. If you want to eat what you want, then fine. I'm not holding a gun to your head, but I'm talking to those who are interested in making a change. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to completely cut sugar, but you don't eat excess sugar. Hello, Jesse. Yeah, people overdo it, Joshua, exactly. Thank you. I always look for a reason to eat unhealthy food. Yeah, like I feel something nice and yeah. I was on a diet and then I fell off due to lack of discipline. Yeah, I falter sometimes, but I'm getting back on track. Yeah. And I have this 40-day challenge that I do to lose body fat, and it works really well. In the first 20 days, I lost 8 pounds just by following that diet. Yeah, but it takes a lot of discipline. When I show my progress pictures, a lot of people say, oh, how you do that? Tell me the secret. And when I tell them what to do, they're like, oh, I can't do that. It's too hard. I can't stop eating this. I can't stop eating that. Well, okay, all right. I can't help you. I can't hold a gun to your head and tell you to do it. You either do it or you don't. Everything in life takes discipline. To be what you want to be, you have you have to do things that you've never done. Everything takes discipline, and discipline is getting up off your ass and doing things whether you feel like you want to do it or not. James, yep, that is it, exactly. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for anybody. I'm going to tell you the raw truth. A lot of people who say they can't afford to eat healthy and eating healthy is expensive, they can afford to eat healthy. They just have their priorities messed up, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Yes, there are some people who legit cannot afford to eat a proper meal every day. But for those who can, they just choose not to. Oh, thank you, Unruly. Hello, Christopher. Alicia, hi. A Squad, good night. Thank you, I appreciate it. The Grand Slot Show, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Hi, Lensworth. All right, guys, so throughout February Heart Month, it's just all about heart health. And remember, you just have one heart. It's not like a kidney where you can live without a kidney. You can live with one kidney. You can't live without a heart, bro. So you have to take care of it, yeah? So throughout this month, I'm going to, share some tips and some facts about heart disease and its impact on us here in Jamaica, impact on our health system. And I'll try to invite one of my doctors on here to talk to you guys as well. I am going to take my leave now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the kind words of support, the words of encouragement, the good vibe, the positive energy, the engagement. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. For those on YouTube, thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for staying. TikTok people, thank you for the gifts, the likes, everything. For the regulars here with me every night, I appreciate their support so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. And remember our mission 109. Remember also, before you get to bed tonight, whisper a word of prayer to God or whoever you believe in or the universe. Ask for guidance, protection, coverage, Ask for long life and good health. That is key. Yeah? So I will catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Night, night, guys.